9 important phrasal verbs with cut. Cut, cut, cut. Cut down, meaning reduce. Sentences. You should cut down your monthly expenses. You should cut down your monthly expenses. Try to cut down your budget. Try to cut down your budget. We must cut down expenditure to cope with high prices of essential commodities. We must cut down expenditure to cope with high prices of essential commodities. You must cut down your expenses. You must cut down your expenses. I have to cut down my expenses to avoid borrowing. I have to cut down my expenses to avoid borrowing. Don't cut down the trees. Don't cut down the trees. Cut down the tree with an X. Cut down the tree with an X. Cut off. Meanings: dislocate, disconnect, seclude, separate. Sentences: the robbers cut off the telephone number. The robbers cut off the telephone number. He lived in the island cut off from the outside world. He lived in the island cut off from the outside world. Their water supply has been cut off. Their water supply has been cut off. He is completely cut off from the outside world. He is completely cut off from the outside world. The miscreants cut off electricity and telephone number. The miscreants cut off electricity and telephone number. She is cut off from her family. She is cut off from her family. Cut out, meaning omit. Sentences: why don't you cut out the objectionable paragraph from your report? Why don't you cut out the objectionable paragraph from your report? Cut out unimportant details. Cut out unimportant details. Cut across, meaning transcend. Sentence: their concern cuts across normal rivalries. Their concern cuts across normal rivalries. Cut back, meaning reduce. Sentence: the factory has cut back its labor force by 50%. The factory has cut back its labor force by 50%. Cut in, meaning hinder, interrupt, to take part suddenly. Sentence: you should not cut in when we are discussing. You should not cut in when we are discussing. Cut into, meaning interfere with and reduce. Interrupt. Sentences: Traveling cuts into my free time. Traveling cuts into my free time. You should not cut into our conversation. You should not cut into our conversation. Cut away, meaning sever. Sentence: cut away the dead wood from the tree. Cut away the dead wood from the tree. Cut up, meaning be wounded, destroy, divide something into pieces. Sentences: I was badly cut up by your remark. I was badly cut up by your remark. The army cut up the enemy. The army cut up the enemy. He cut up the potatoes. He cut up the potatoes. 21 days English vocabulary course. Speak English fluently with these 5000 plus vital English words. Buy now, link in the description.